Hi. All right, phase 3. So, while the Eisenhower administration viewed containment through nuclear weapons by use of the strategy of massive retaliation, or MAD, mutually assured destruction, the Kennedy administration would introduce the third phase of on containment, which was the ability to mount flexible response. One precisely calibrated to meet actual situations as they arose. So hence, the first goal of the Kennedy administration was to build up the nation's armed forces. The purpose of this buildup was to create an alternative to Eisenhower's policy of massive retaliation. Instead of responding to communist moves with nuclear threats, the United States could now call on a wide spectrum of force, ranging from ICBMs to Green Berets. Thus, the new strategy of flexible response meant that the United States could choose among several operational plans in any given situation in fighting the Cold War. Kennedy's view of the Cold War and his desire for flexible response can be best viewed by the following statement he made in 1961. He bravely promised to, quote, pay any price, bear any burden, meet any foe to assure the survival and success of liberty, unquote. The Vietnam War was the result of Kennedy's promise. So, although Truman, Eisenhower, and Kennedy had helped create the political environment that would lead to the Vietnam conflict, it was Johnson to lead the Cold War to the Vietnam in the final phase, from 1963 to 1969. And then later Nixon would take up the reins of Vietnam in trying to get the United States out of it through a very convoluted way. Anyway, phase 3 is pretty quick, so that's it. Basically, Kennedy is trying to build on what Eisenhower developed with the nuclear arms arsenal, but he's also going to expand the military more than it already was, and setting up the foundations for what would become known as Vietnam.